Hello guys, welcome back to At Lounge. Today is World Suicide Day, and I want to talk about ways through which you can help people who are suicidal around you. Ways through which you can help people around you who are suicidal. So, because life is so precious, and one of the basic human instincts is that of self-preservation, it becomes almost impossible to understand why anyone would want to take his or her own life. But truth is, suicide is a human reality. In fact, every year, over 800,000 persons die through suicide, which is to say, every 40 seconds, someone attempts or takes his or her own life. Which is to say, it is alarming. It happens every day. It happens in every country, and it is a human reality. And I think this is because psychology is wired in a strange way, and it is so modest and honest to understand and accept that other people's realities are not ours. It doesn't matter how much, myth we build around issues of suicide. It is purely psychological. It is purely a thing of the mind. Our bodies may break down due to hard work, labor, or stress, and a lot of other factors. In the same way, our minds can break down. Our psychology is wired in a strange way, and we can't even begin to talk about that unless we are experts. So it is only modest enough that we admit and accept that suicide is a human reality, and we stop building myths around it. We stop calling it, a curse. We stop seeing people who are suicidal as people who are cursed, or people who can't be helped, or people who their lives are already doomed. When we begin to see this in the positive light and accept it for the reality it is, then we begin to work out ways to help people who are dealing with suicide. I'd like you to understand that doing all these things is not a guarantee that the person would survive his suicide tendencies. There is no guarantee whatsoever that these things would help. Most people who are on therapies also end up killing themselves, so there is no guarantees like being sick and you may recover or may not recover. But at least you can try not to be an ass. You can try, being nice, being kind, and when you do this, can help lighten their burden. And these are ways you can actually not be an ass to someone who has suicide tendencies. So the first thing you have to do is be sure who you're going to talk to or meet actually has suicide tendencies. Don't go meet everybody and begin to talk about suicide like you're the messiah of the world. It's going to backfire somehow. So you have to at least try to pay close attention to people, family members, close friends, loved ones. And here are actually some of the signs to look out for. When someone is suicidal, they may exhibit one or most of these signs. And this doesn't mean everybody who is suicidal may exhibit signs. Some people who are depressed show no signs at all, and that doesn't mean they are okay. You just have to be very, very sensitive, pay close attention to people you used to know, and observe slight changes where there is any. The next thing you may do is talk about it. Do not get scared that talking about suicide may in any way begin to, trigger someone to think about suicide. That's not true. Everyone in the world must have heard about suicide once or twice, or in fact it happens all the time, like I said earlier. So it's not a new thing, and telling people about suicide doesn't trigger suicidal thoughts in them. People who are suicidal, and people who are not. So you are not causing a problem by suggesting or by trying to talk about suicide tendencies in people. You have to ask. You could ask the person, have you been thinking about killing yourself lately? Have you been having suicidal thoughts? When do you intend to do that? It sounds sharp, it sounds confronting, and you may think this person may even be prone to crisis because you've asked kind of direct questions. But actually, it's not. In a way, it makes these people begin to feel that they are not alone, that someone out there is also having the kind of thoughts they are having, and it's going to really help them if they are in such situation. The next thing you should do is listen without judgment. Listen non-judgmentally. Don't be an unfortunate somebody. Don't begin to say, I've have been through a lot of things like you have been through also, and I'm not planning to kill myself. Why are you so ungrateful to God for the gift of life? Please don't say things like that. Please, please, please. It's not about you. It's about the person who needs help at the moment. Don't begin to preach. Don't begin to talk about how you've been through hard times and you've surmounted the hustles and you've gone through it. Please don't be a typical Nigerian. Listen. It is time for you to listen. Listen to them. Make them feel safe around you. Make them feel comfortable enough to open up to you, to open up to the roots of what their problems are. To every silent thought, there is a trigger. And unless people are comfortable with it, they're not going to tell you their triggers. So please, 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 do not judge them. Do not tell them how they are ungrateful for the things they have. Do not tell them how they are not appreciative of what God has given them. Do not make yourself a standard. Do not make yourself an example. Listen, listen, listen. That's all you have to do. The next thing you may want to do is encourage them. Encourage them to meet a specialist. Don't begin to give your own advice. You're not a specialist. Encourage them to take their medications if they are on any. Encourage them to go for therapy if they've been on therapy. And ask them what has helped them in the past. And encourage them to go look for those things again. Give them assurance that everything is going to be alright. Assurance is very, very important to people who are suicidal. Give them assurances that everything is going to be alright. They should look towards the lighter part of the world. They should look towards the green light of the world. And everything is going to be alright. And if this person still goes on with the plan after you've done all of this, then I want you to not blame yourself. You don't have to blame yourself for any of that. You actually did your best. You tried all you could and it didn't work out. So you don't have to blame yourself. And do not begin to spread the person's picture on social media to prove your own self-righteousness, to speak for your own self and to attest to the fact that you wouldn't have done that, or you're a stronger person, or this or that. Please, you don't have to do all those. Be sensitive, please. I don't know what the person's picture has to be doing on social media when the person is already gone. Are you putting the person's picture because you want to mourn them, or because you want to say to the world, this man killed himself? Please be very, very clear with your intentions. It is very, very important. And please don't cause family members. Don't begin to say things like, family members didn't care, friends, they're not good friends, and all those. These people are mourning, and you have to respect that. Please don't make them feel like they've done less or they've done nothing at all. Please leave the family members and friends of people who are suicidal, who have died through suicide, alone. And also, please mourn them like you would mourn human beings. When people die of suicide, they are not cursed. Mourn them like you would mourn human beings. What matters and what should matter is memories we've made with people, no matter how they die, no matter when they die. Mourn them. Value their memories. Don't wipe their memories out of your mind. Mourn them. Remember them. Mourn them like human beings, because they are human beings actually. Don't make a mess of what happened to them. In all, you have to be kind. Please, you have to be kind. This world is in dire need of kindness. You have to be kind to people around you. You have to be kind with things you come across on social media, people you come across anywhere, anytime. Be kind. This world is in dire need of kindness. And if you can't be kind, please just shut up.